In this video, I'm going to show you the easiest and most cost-effective way to turn your best performing cold email campaigns into even better performing cold Twitter outreach campaigns. And as you can see here, for the last 5 months, I've been using this method. Since August 1st to January 7th, the day of recording this video, we booked over 800 meetings, so 810 total events created, and this method is still being slept on. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to take your campaigns, run them through a workflow that I will provide down below in the description, and you'll end up with personal Twitter DM handles that you can then reach out to. And not only that, but this method will also give you a LinkedIn handle, so you can run a complete omni-channel approach this way as well. So if you're currently running cold email campaigns and you don't want to miss out on the new wave of outreach, then you're in the right spot. All right, so the first thing you're going to want to do is you want to select a cold email campaign that you want to recreate through Twitter. And this will either work for a really good campaign, you want to reach out to the people that did not reply via email, or maybe you want to test out a campaign that bombed. You want to just see maybe these people don't reply via email, maybe they do reply via Twitter, etc., etc. It applies to either one. And a very slept on method as well is running both campaigns at the same time, meaning you are running your cold email campaigns and your Twitter campaigns to the same exact people at the same time, and those reply rates are actually insane. All right, so first we need to get the data from your cold email campaigns, and you can do this by either going to Instantly, you can go to your data provider, you can go to Smart Lead, whatever it is. And if you go to your email sending tool, then you can just kind of go to your leads, and then there is a way to download. So if you select all of your, you can hit select all, you can download all those leads, or you can also filter these down, which I highly recommend if you're trying to go for a campaign where you're only reaching out to people that didn't reply, for example, and you can do that all through here. And it's really easy to do. So all you need to do really is you want to deselect, and then we are going to filter, and then we are going to do completed no reply, right? So everyone that's been through the whole email sequence but did not reply, now we have them here, and now we can do select all, and we can download this list. All right, so once you download the list, this is what the list will look like. All right, so depending on where you got your data from, this is pretty much what the list will look like. You really only need these six columns, okay? So you need first name, last name, full name, which I mean, either one, you can just do first name and last name or full name, it doesn't really matter. You need their personal LinkedIn link, or I mean, if you have it, just use it, but if you don't have them, there's ways to find it afterwards. But in this case, and I think most email data providers will give you a LinkedIn link, so just plug it in as well. That will be very useful. You want company name, and then you want company website as well, and everything else after that you can pretty much just delete. All right, so what you want to do next once you have your data is you want to go down below in the description, and you want to make a copy of this specific clay table. Okay, so this clay table is all you need to figure out what their personal Twitter handles are. I've done the hard work for you, and clay honestly is very, very easy to use for this specific use case. So all you need to do is you just need to make a copy of this. Clay has a free trial, so you can go ahead and use that. And once you have that, all you need to do is we just go into our table, we just go into our data right here, and then we are going to do file, we're going to do download CSV. Once we have our CSV, we can go back into clay right here. And then so we're going to go into clay, and all you need to do is you need to hit actions at the top right hand corner. You're going to go to import, then we're going to go to import to CSV, and then we are going to drag and drop our leads in here. Okay, so this will load, and now all we're going to have to do is you will need to essentially just map the columns. So we need full name, LinkedIn, company name, and company website. If it looks like this where there is a plus, then just kind of figure out what the actual variable is. You only need these four. Okay, so once you have those four, you'll be good to go. And then what you need to do is you want to hit add to table, save and don't run. All these data points will be imported. And now essentially what you can do, you can run through this whole table, and you will end up with Drippi formatted personal Twitter handles. And so essentially what this does, and I am going to run 50 rows. So let's run 50 rows, and then we're going to select all, row action, run. What you really want to do here is you want to make a copy, and then you want to connect your own OpenAI API keys so that this is as cost effective as possible. Okay, because it can get expensive when you are just using clay credits, but if you're using OpenAI, honestly OpenAI is really cheap. And if you use the model, so here for example, we are using Claygent, which has access to the internet, and then we're using 4.0 mini, which honestly for our purposes is pretty much the same thing. So you don't need to spend the extra money on using the highest level of ChatGPT here. Essentially what's happening right now is we are running this table, and we are importing full name, LinkedIn, company name, and company website. And then we are running a prompt to figure out what their personal Twitter handles are based off of these 4 data points, right? And then we are asking the AI again if it's likely or unlikely that the Twitter handle provided or actually corresponds to the person's LinkedIn. Essentially, if it's just the same person, right? So it's kind of just a quality check right here. And again, most of them will say unlikely. So if you're running small size campaigns, this really won't be too effective. But if you're running big campaigns, you're going to end up getting around 25% hit rate, which again, if you're sending 10,000 emails a day, then you're going to get 2.5 thousand Twitter DMs that you're sending a day. So that just checks out. But if you're sending 100 emails a day, then it's really not going to make a huge difference. This just works really well if you are running at scale. All right, so here, for example, we have a couple that say likely. So we got this guy, Jeff, right here, and we're just going to have to delete that. So here we have our guy, Jeff. Let's see, Jeff at Stripe, perfect. And then we can go back into Clay, and this is going to be Stripe. Yeah, so that makes sense that it's the same guy, right? So we can just take this. So you could get a way better hit rate if you don't include the profile matching column, but the data won't be as accurate, which is why I like to run this, because I do like to run very accurate campaigns. So again, your kind of volume will suffer, but the quality will increase. And so I highly recommend that you just copy this as is. And if you are a wizard when it comes to prompting, then you can go in here and you can make these prompts even better. And so once the table has ran completely, what you're going to want to do is you want to go to actions, then you want to go to export as a CSV. It's going to start loading up, and now we can actually upload into Drippi to start this campaign via Twitter. All right, so now we have our leads downloaded. We're going to hit import. So I just like to see everything, and we're going to clean this up before we actually upload onto Drippi. So we're going to do upload. This is going to start loading. Then we're going to do create new or append to current sheet, detect automatically, import data. And all we need really is this right here. So we just need the Drippi format. Everything else we're going to delete. And then there you go. And now that we have our Twitter handles, we are going to create a filter, and then we are just going to delete any blanks. And then there we go. This is all we need. We're going to get rid of this, delete this whole thing. And then there we go. So now what we can do is we can do file, we can do download CSV. All right. So now that you have the leads, you have a couple options. You can reach out to these guys manually, but if you want to know how we booked the 800 meetings over the last 5 months, we use an automation tool called Drippi.AI. So what you want to do now is you want to click the link down below in the description to get access to Drippi.AI. There is a 7-day free trial, so you can set this up completely for free. And what we need to do is we need to go to find leads, new lead source, CSV import, as we've already scraped our list of leads, and now we can easily import our leads. All right, here we go. So once you've selected your file, you will be prompted. So we're just going to do demo YouTube Clay leads. That's what we're going to call it. And as you can see here, it'll just ask you to select the column that corresponds with the user's handle. And this is the exact format that we need the leads to be in. We don't need the @ symbol. We don't need the full link. We just need their actual username. And if you want to add some custom variables, you can do that as well. So essentially what that would look like is this would be variable 1, V1, this would be V2. So if you want to add like their company names, you can go ahead and do that here. Like whatever you want to import other than the username, you can go ahead and do that here. But Drippi has capability to find their company name, to find their first, to do all that, right? So you don't really need to do it. All right, so now we're just going to hit save, and this is going to start importing. And now that it says lead source saved, we're going to go to automation. We're going to go to new automation, Cold DM 2.0. And then when we are selecting our lead source, you will want to select the lead source that we just uploaded onto Drippi. All right, here we go. And once you find your lead list, and you won't have this many lead lists, so you'll have no issue finding your list. You hit that, and then we can go ahead and select generator type. So essentially what this means is, do you want AI to enhance your script, or do you want AI to completely take care of your script? Highly recommend you just do script personalizer, because that means AI will enhance your script. This is where you can get into the AI prompting. This is where you can get into script writing, all that stuff. We have a bunch of content on this channel going over how to write perfect scripts. So I'm just going to plug in our best performing script and the one that's responsible for most of the 800 plus book calls over the last 5 months. So here for context, we help B2B companies book more sales calls through Twitter outreach, through highly personalized Twitter outreach. There we go. And then for script, this is the script that has gotten us the best results. So I highly recommend you at least check it out. And just to walk you through it, it says, hey, first name, can I send over a list of 1,000? And then we use AI to find their ICP. And then we're saying, so, hey, can I send over a list of 1,000 doctors, lawyers, and accounts who might be interested in your lead gen services? Totally free, of course, and you can reach out to them via Twitter or X, right? So that is the script that is working wonders. Highly recommend that you copy these exact settings right here. So you want to do the advanced version of GPT. You want to do creativity to 1.3, slip messages turned on, include website context turned on, all websites, tweet context on, all recent tweets. So highly recommend you play around with this and hit generate as many times as you need to make sure that you are sending the perfect message every single time. All right, so once you're in the final screen, there's a couple things to keep in mind here. Number one, the number of messages you want to send per hour. So whenever I start a new campaign with a brand new account, I always start it out at 6 messages per hour, right? And obviously, if you go to the Twitter terms of service, you'll see that you can send up to 500 messages per day per account. So you can do the math on that. And then you can also just do per day, and then you can just do 500 if you want to do that. Or if you kind of want to ramp it up slowly, how I do it is I start off at 6 messages per hour and then just ramp up and increase by 2 every single week until we hit the limit. All right. And Drippi will automatically stop your campaigns before you even hit the limit. So there really is nothing to be worried about in that sense. Now, after you've set that up, you want to hit show advanced settings. Now, this is super key. I always turn on skip previously contacted so that you don't reach out to anyone that you've had a previous conversation with. I auto follow, I turn off, auto retweet, I turn off, auto like, I turn on if I'm running a volume campaign. So if I have 50 accounts running one campaign, I'll have this turned on. Do not contact list, I always have it turned on. AI language check, my ICP speaks English, so I always turn that on. Activity check 30 days. And then AI location check is super key. So you're only reaching out to people that are based in countries where your ICP is typically at. And that's it. Once you've set everything up, you can go ahead and hit start automation and you will start sending messages and booking calls in no time. All right, so now that you know how to revive or double down on your cold email campaigns, you'll be booking meetings effortlessly. And of course, this isn't the only thing you can do to sign even more clients through Twitter, which is why I made this 40-minute here on screen that's going to show you through our entire Twitter marketing funnel, and I highly recommend you check it out. I'll see you there.